want to grow as a grower? Are you tired of being put to sleep by your educational growcasts? Are you tired of hearing about products you don't fucking want and can't afford? Are you tired of being told how you should grow? Hi, I'm Johnny Apple, and joining me is everyone's favorite amphibian, the Reverend Pirate Frog. Join us as we sift through the bullshit on the internet and try to get better as growers. This is your average grow.
Hey, dude.
Hey, man, what's up?
I have a very special episode today, man. I got my friend Stony, and I want to introduce you, Johnny, to my friend Stony the Night Owl.
Oh, you do ya?
Stony, how the hell are you?
Good, man. How are you guys?
We're wonderful. Thank you for taking the time to join us, dude.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it a lot.
I know I asked you, like, what seems like 30 years ago, but we finally got around to doing it.
Yeah, it's time fucking moves nowadays. It just seems like it's just nonstop.
Yeah, man. I guess I'll tell Johnny because he doesn't know, but our buddy Artificial Equinox was the one that turned me on to Stony, and I started talking to him, and I got some of his seeds. And it's even funny because Artificial, when he sent me a gift recently, he sent me a pack of Grapey Walter and Bobby's Widow by the man himself, Stony.
And that one I'm really proud too.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. I can't believe that Equinox did that. Like, that dude's been around since I fucking barely started making seeds. Like, before anybody knew what I did or who I was. They're fucking my first project that he has some of those games.
Yeah, that guy. He's a solid guy, and he's one of my sober friends. He's been sober longer than me, but he's a very good guy. But
Whoa, what was that?
UFOs, bro.
That was fucking dope.
It was cool.
Where do you live, Arizona?
No, it's a dirt bike game. I'm in California, so basically, yeah, the desert. The same bullshit.
We finally have a fellow Californian.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, it's an honor.
Well, man, it's a pleasure to fucking have you here. I'd like to fucking have you tell me more about you. I'd like to hear your backstory, man.
Thank you. That's that. Like I said, when you started off with that Grapey Walter, Bobby's Widow one. I don't know if you guys are big Lebowski fans, but I named that one Walter Sobchak.
That's awesome. I saw that you recently named a few of your strains. We'll get to that later, but
yeah, that one was especially a preservation project. I had one single bean of it that I was gifted from a friend, and it's an original 2019 Mephisto that hasn't been available again since. I think it's a great Crinkle Walter White.
Yeah.
And that one, really lucky fucking hitting that one.
Well, Artificial's the man.
As far as cannabis-wise, like, I've been around it for a long time. Like 15, 16 was my introduction, to smoking it. I played guitar since I was a teenager, so that's kind of like a hand-in-hand thing. Anybody that, like, plays some guitar probably smokes weed.
Yeah, it's a good bet.
I would assume that's a fair stereotype.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how it started off. Was, yeah, I wasn't around the people I was around. I was a little skeptical at first. I was, like, nervous and shit, but first time I got completely blasted was off fucking Gravity, off some mids, some fucking great food. And I just remember taking, like, one Gravity, and then I kind of got cocky and a little greedy, and, like, after they lit the second one, I was like, anybody gonna take that? And they're like, no, all you, bro. And I took the second one, and I sat down in the chair, and felt like I blasted off into fucking on a rocket, and I was like, oh, shit. So the first time was a little in over my head, but I still had fun. I obviously enjoyed a lot. Came back.
Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna kill you.
Yeah, definitely. That day, I said first time I remember I had to walk across town too, and I thought every fucking car was moving. I was like, everyone staring at me, everyone knows I'm fucking wasted. And the biggest giveaway was I had a skateboard and I couldn't skate home because I was so fucked up. I was, carrying it home. Anybody walking with their skateboard is probably fucked up.
Oh yeah. Or it's uphill.
But I
and you're just like, nah.
carry it.
Shit, dude, yeah.
I've had plenty of those walks where like like even late at night and you're like every car you think is a cop. You're like, it's fucking like 7 o'clock at night. Calm down, dude.
And headlights. Usually you're like, fuck. Everybody
Yeah,
chill, dude. Everybody, and no
yeah.
one's cool. Everybody is fucking freaked out.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. In fact, I just said something to Johnny the other day. We were talking about how obvious it must have been for everyone when we were teenagers getting high, you know? Like we thought we were being so cool, but everyone going by was like, "Look at those fucking idiots."
Dude, we got busted hardcore one time. It had to be high school, I think. My buddy had a Subaru, and there was like 5 of us, and we were finishing the bowl. And I remember just seeing the fucking nose end of that cop car come out of the alley, and we were like, "Fuck!"
Oh yeah. We got
It was
we
like,
got
all right,
pulled up,
dude.
dude. That sucks. We got pulled over one time in I think it was a 5 seat. There was 5 seats and there was 7 of us, and everybody was holding. It was a bad lunch break.
Jesus Christ.
But let's get back to the backstory. So you got blitzed your second time, and obviously you were like, this is great.
Yeah, dude. And what was funny was my mom smoked weed while I was growing up, so I remember like the second time I think was probably like something I took out of her fucking closet. Just dug out of the bag. I'm gonna try this on my own time. And then pretty
Smart.
much like it led to me and my younger brother used to get high, and I remember if you remember the show called MXC Most Extreme Challenge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, we used to get blasted and watch that. Our code name for our fucking getting high was Campfire. We're gonna go to the campfire. That was our gravity. We all sat around it and got stoned and watched fucking MXC.
That sounds awesome, man.
Just laughed at all the fucking. That was such a
Oh
great
yeah.
show.
Yeah, it was. They need to
Right.
bring it back.
So what takes you from that point into growing?
So from there, I was initially like a helping hand at like larger photo period grows in California, especially one up in the it was towards like Squaw Valley around that area.
Right on.
And these dudes had a lot of different shit. They were always growing all kinds of cool stuff. I remember that was the first time I was around like original actual sour beagle. You know, this fucking big ass tree outdoors. This is white frosted, perfectly foxtail buds. The dude had original tansy. I remember just touching the buds with that skunky fucking orange. Like he had
Wow.
so much cool old school shit.
Oh yeah.
And I used to
That
just always
sounds
be out there
amazing.
growing with him. The dude used to make like the best whole milk hash, so he used to always just be smoking. I'd go out there and trim for him and shit like that. But after a while, him and a buddy like had a falling out, over money after legalization kind of tanked the market here. Anybody that
Hmm.
wasn't really, fucking had the money to get all the licensure and shit, it really fucked them over. So everybody quit. So for a while, I didn't grow for a long time until probably like the pandemic. And that was initially when I started. I decided I was like, I really enjoyed growing weed, and I kind of just want to do it on my own. I don't want to fucking go get a job doing it or anything like that. But that's why I initially had the interest in autos too, because that went back to the reading high times of like 2013 maybe, even like earlier than that, where I used to see autos and wonder, like, are they actually good? Because there was pictures of, like guys in Boston holding up their diesel rider and like 1 ounce off my diesel rider, like all excited and
Yeah.
feel like they did something. And they're like, we accomplished fucking autos, bro. So I remember like coming back and finding Reddit and just going through Reddit, and one of the first people I actually found was Finding Fletch. I don't know if you know Finding Fletch on Instagram,
Yeah.
but I saw her Foxy Perps Cosmic Queen and Star Fox, which was back then was Foxy Perps Cosmic Queen, and then the Pink Panama Cosmic Queen. She grew those two out, and those things were just white, fucking frosted, and just badass, fucking beautiful structure, perfect buds. And I was like, these are fucking autos nowadays. Like, I
Wow.
felt like I woke up from like being unfrozen, coming back from like year 3000. She's like, what the fuck is this?
What has
Like,
changed?
what autos used to be to seeing this shit. I was like, whoa, this is insane.
Oh yeah.
So I immediately just dove in head first to autos. And then that was when I started like picking it up from there. When I saw that, though, I got really into Night Owl, and that was like, Night Owl had like 1,500 people in the subreddit. I think they're over like fucking 11,000 now.
Wow.
Damn, dude.
This is only a couple of years ago. Yeah, it really just blew up fast. It's insane how quick the auto game actually, when people thought it took off to what it's actually doing now.
It's impressive. I mean, and I think rightfully so.
Yeah, it's been nothing but dynamite. Like I said, guys got Rockbud. You got guys like fucking Gnome, which is a Mandalorian back in the day.
Yeah.
You guys got a lot of good stuff. Night Owl, obviously, Mephisto. Even got guys like Twisted Trees and shit like that. That just, it doesn't get really the hardcore recognition it should, but it's fucking dynamite weed, man. It's really good shit.
Yeah, there's some like decent selections, and there's a lot more up and coming, and I think you would be definitely included high on that list of up and coming, man.
I really appreciate that, dude. Like I said, I kind of would be doing this anyway. It's just not something
Yeah.
that, like, I think that's a big part of it, because I think a lot of people that get into this shit with the initial idea of, I'm going to make money doing this, or I'm going to, like, that's kind of the wrong way to go about it.
Yeah.
That wasn't even, you have to, like, literally just already be fucking obsessed with this shit, to the point where, like, at work, you're thinking about crosses and shit, and you're like, what if I did this to this, or what if I, like, I do that shit all day at work, too, while I'm fucking working. I'm sitting there, like, dreaming up different shit. What if I did this? Planning out future runs and shit, like,
Yeah, man.
I don't know, like,
That's
it's
the fun.
almost obsessed, borderline.
You to be a good breeder, I would imagine you'd have to be very obsessive.
Yes, meticulous and obsessive are two different, which is odd things that don't apply to everything in my life. But like
Yeah.
selection work and growing weed and stuff, I'm like, dude, my brother does that shit too. He's like, you take better care of those things than your fucking self, dude. I was like,
I'm,
well,
I,
I mean,
yeah, I'm guilty of that too. But it's impressive the amount of stuff that a good breeder has on their mind, and that's why I'm. It's always safe to say I'll never be a good breeder or a breeder. So, because
well, I think a lot
you guys are
of it goes
crazy.
to my how far back I've gone into cannabis too. Because I'm talking like my initial start was like 98, 99. I remember the original fucking train wreck. Like that shit used to be a thing that was just around here in California before it moved around. I remember seeing it in high times like years after we smoked it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like seeing it get recognition. I saw a lot of
Yeah,
strains do that actually, a lot of photos back before they were called photos. That was just weed. Nobody
yeah,
called it anything. Just like this is weed now. But now we have the whole separation of auto photo, and that's it's a cool thing to see. But I remember like that strain knowledge I have kind of plays into my breeding because I understand and see a lot of the photo to auto work a lot of people didn't understand beforehand. Like people think when Dad says something like photo to auto for a new night owl, that it means he's creating like it's like that's always what he's done. That's all Mephisto is. Everything that's a new auto was a photo. Like
yeah.
Mango Smile, all those things. Like Hubba Bubba Haze was a G13 haze that they crossed over into an
Hmm.
auto form.
So do you only work with Night Owl stuff?
No, I have a lot of different crosses. I use rock, but like I also use let people use my shit because I'm very much like genetics. Once they're out, they belong to the street. I don't fucking tell
Yeah.
people what to do with shit.
It's one of my
So I
one of
don't
our.
also
That's
to
one of the
tell me.
few things that we talked about at first, and I was like, hell yeah, like you have regs out there, and you're like breed, man.
Yeah,
Go
dude,
out
like
there.
stuff like these widows been shelved for so fucking long. Like that's everybody wants that shit. It's rare as fuck, dude. Like it's so hard to find. So and it's amazing stuff. Like it shouldn't be just gone that nobody can get it.
Exactly. But yeah, I
But
mean,
yeah,
it's
like especially that stuff. Like I took, especially like from the Dark Horse podcast. I remember there was this episode about breeding your own weed, and one of the things Jason said was, make sure when you fucking start breeding weed, you use your own male. Once you make your own male, then no one can say shit. And that's kind of what I applied to making the Stony strawberries, which is like my first fucking stud that I used. And that was my strawberry milk and cookies, the coal miner's daughter.
hmm
What
That one
makes
was
that specifically? I'm sorry, the male. What makes that specifically like nobody can say shit to you just because that's the hardest pick?
no, it's just kind of doing the long work, making your own F1 and then growing a male out of that F1 and then selecting it. So you're not just taking someone's work to someone's work, and you're taking it the long route by making your own hybrid and then hitting that hybrid to other stuff.
I got you.
As opposed to just like
So your
people that
own male you're talking about. Once you got your own male,
something
Yeah,
you've created and you
not
grow it out
just
into
a male,
yes, not just any male.
but a male that was bred for intentions. Now you're a breeder.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
selection.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of
Man.
holding with Bobby's Widow, but also at the same time, no one has it. So I kind of just wanted to fucking use it.
I've seen some of the pictures, man. I don't think you're doing yourself any disservice. It's great. So it works.
That was an amazing selection. Where the reason I used Bobby's Widow is because of the one of the photos. Well, two of the photos used actually. One's White Widow, one's White Russian. And White Russian is White Widow to AK-47. And that thing, I mean, that's a fucking monster of a plant.
Oh yeah.
So tell me about your selection process. What are you looking for when you even start a selection? Do you start by choosing a male for a season? Do you choose your females first? How do you go about your selection process?
Usually it's just based on vigor. Like I said, I kind of make a plan B and a plan C, especially if I'm using multiple regs, as I know like any one of them can come up male or female. Sometimes, like recently, I've been trying to run sugar cookies for reversal, and the sugar cookies have doing nothing but males like over and over. I'm like, fuck, dude, am I? But the one time I'm not looking for a male, I just keep finding males. And that sugar cookies is that one was Cookie Smasher to strawberry milk or to my Stony strawberries, the strawberry milk and cookies for my daughter, and that one was like insane. The reception on that one was pretty unreal. Like
I
that was the one where people started like even got Daz like to shout me out on the podcast of Dark
yeah.
Horse. I was like, what the fuck? People all DMing me like, Daz just mentioned you. Daz, they're going crazy.
I actually sent that. I had a pack of that, and I sent it to our buddy Kotz, and
Oh, dude, I got more often than you want, dude.
oh, Dev, he's stoked, man. I sent him. I think I sent him of the Cookie Smasher seeds, and then I sent him the pack I bought from you, and I was like, here, man, do something with it if you like it.
Yeah, that one was grown by Mark Santarone on Instagram, dude. That was an amazing tester. That dude's been doing some killer testers. I've seen him grow some Night Owl, and actually he's grown some Alabrije as well. And
Hell yeah,
fucking, they're all looking amazing.
yeah, that's awesome, man. We'll have to check it out.
So fucking cool, man.
Yeah, it's awesome. So how have you like how has that selection gone after a while? Like if do you have your mindset and you're like I think people are going to love this and then people are like they actually
Not
prefer
at all.
this one?
Like, I'm literally making what I want to be real. No, I'm just doing the stuff I want to fucking make. That's how it started. Was I just wanted to make stuff that didn't exist that I would be making that I wanted to have that probably was never going to be made.
That's perfect. It's the way to do it, man. You just who cares about everyone else? You're the one who's
At the same time, it's like I don't know. I've been sharing with everyone else, so it is that attitude, but also giving back. Being like, here, dude, everybody wants some fucking seeds.
yeah.
I mean, if I was gonna fucking breed, that's how I would do it too. I would do it for me because that's what I know. How can you do it for somebody else? Because you can't judge. I mean, they can only tell you so much of what they're fucking experiencing.
Yeah.
You have to use your own fucking judgment. So,
Especially like I've noticed the differences where my first run I used my buddy Bubba's Bud, which I know he's mentioned. Alabria has mentioned him before, and he was the first dude to ever send me pollen. Me and him were like the first people to ever talk about breeding shit. Dude, like, we would send ideas back and forth. He was like a hardcore Mephisto dude. He was like dead set on purple nuggets. He was like sitting there holding his money, waiting on purple nuggets, and they kept pushing it back. And he was getting so mad about it. And finally, I was like, dude, you need to grow some Night Owl, bro. Like, I sent him a pink Panama Cosmic Queen tester, and that one he fucking loved that shit, dude. He was like, this is so fun. He just became hardcore, all fucking like, I'm growing Night Owl now. And then he was the one that I got him to get some coal miner's daughter because I was picking up a pack at the same time. He grew out a male first. He grew 4 males out, and out of his like 4, he picked a bit like the best stud and sent me pollen from that one. And that was what I used initially for my very first, like just to see. It's kind of like that's how I started with this, sitting there, and mainly it was a test to see if I could pollinate only a single branch of each thing just to see how precise I could actually do it. Just fuck around and see if I could do it. And I was pretty good at it, except for like when you have some fucking pollen on your paintbrush and you bump a leaf, you see that shit just you see this just float. You're like, fuck, you know, that's going everywhere.
yeah.
Like you're definitely getting more seeds than you thought. But I've never painted like one each. And the good method, actually, I found out later. You know, take a couple plastic bags and you can put them over the other top. and cover them, and literally isolate one branch and then just pollinate that one branch and make sure all the rest are covered. You know, dumb shit like me. Get fucking high and hit a fucking brush against it and get it over your tent.
Oh yeah, getting stoned in gardening is often the downfall of many plants in this world, I'm
Dude, have
afraid.
you guys ever pollinated anything? Like by
Yes.
hand?
Yes.
Oh, dude, that just feels like surgery. Like I sweat when I do it, dude. I get nervous.
Oh
My
no.
hand, I'm like steady, dude.
It did not. I didn't do well.
Yeah, I did it.
I did it. I'm too like I was delegated very quickly to someone with a straighter hand. Like I have really shaky hands, so it's a fucking nightmare to do anything. I can't write well. Like
Yeah, like I normally don't, but when like that pressure, like I got to be very fucking heart surgeon precise while I'm doing this shit. I'm like, all right, now I'm getting a little shaky.
yeah. No, it's one of those tasks where I'll just be like, man, if you want me to do it, I'll do it. But let me tell you, someone else should really fucking do it.
Yeah, that's why I was like, also my next point was going to be open pollination, which I don't know if you guys have ever run one of those.
That's what I was gonna say is that's what we've moved on to. Like for at work, we do a lot of tests with, or we used to. We closed it down now, obviously, but we would do a lot of tests with photos, and we needed to make sure that the tests were always on the same, basically a similar plant, right? So we would do an open pollination run after an experiment to just like get seeds so that it would be the same thing.
Yeah, I mean the amount of seeds you get on open pollination is pretty fucking ridiculous.
Oh
I've
yeah,
grown some. I've grown a few autos that got. I think that blackstrap breeder selection got about 4.5 feet tall, and that was one I hit with the Bobby's Widow.
yeah,
And that Bobby's Widows, the timing on some autos is so fucking weird. Like that anvil I have right now, I think it's at like day 32 and it's barely flowering. And then the Bobby's Widow is usually a 65-day max. Like the male I use, by day 19, literally from seed, day 19, it was already dropping pollen.
Holy shit.
wow.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking not kidding around. They wanted to get after life.
That's your selected mail dropping that quickly? Isn't it normal to like wait? You want the
No, no,
guy.
that was an isolated. But I was saying how fast. I didn't use that male. I was saying that I have a. That's
I
how
got
fast it was. Isolated one that I saw. I was like, holy fuck, this little fucker's already dumping me. I gotta get rid of this fast. 18 days.
I got you. I got you. Work.
But yeah, so I was like, just seeing some because males don't eat shit, dude. It's pretty funny how like easy it is to raise male. You'll leave it by a fucking windowsill and they'll just live.
Yeah.
It's just like water it every now and again. And like I tried. I told it to one of my older buddies, one of the older heads, fucking hippie dude, was like just like real life, brother. The females are always way harder. There's way more maintenance. All shit. It's just all fucking because it is just like you got to really dote on a female fucking plant. On a male plant, you just fucking kick that bitch over and like let I'm still dumping pollen. I don't care. It's pretty crazy how fucking resilient they are compared to a female. Like they really have no needs other than water.
So how do you select a male? What do you look for other than vigor in the male?
Mostly vigor and color. If I see, I've yet to see trichomes on a male. I don't know if it's a true male. I know Daz has mentioned trichomes on a male, but I don't know if they're talking about reversals or actual males because I've never seen like a fucking actual male put out some fucking like cake or some trichome caked up fucking looking shit.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be pretty wild to see. I'm growing right now the Lonely Hearts Club regs from Daz right now, and I'm really hoping to see some male that puts out some shit like that because I grew Heartbreaker and that one I think was less than 100 packs. That was a pretty rare one. But that fucking that thing was Ronin Gardens and Night Owl collab, and that thing literally had trichomes on the main stock. Like there were trikes everywhere.
Wow.
It was mutant. It was definitely a mutant, but it was so fucking white. It was insane. And it had this like lemon pine cedar, like old school Jack Herrera type smell.
Ooh.
I have never smelled Jack Herrera.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, never a true fucking Jack Herrera.
Really?
Yeah, we're both like, what? That's
Yeah, it's
funny.
got a very, very piney, lemony, very sativa. Almost like
Yes.
reminds me of like a cabin with some lemon or some shit. It's very earthy, but it's a fucking really good sativa.
No shit.
Yeah, it's very nice. I like it a lot. I had a question on Discord from my buddy Howling, Stony. He asked, "What's your favorite Night Owl strain that you've grown and smoked?"
Probably between, man, there's a few, but I would probably say Blue Light Special, which was Blue Microverse Wizard's Apprentice. That was
Mm-hmm.
a really cool one. That was a rare one. I got lucky enough to find.
That's
And
awesome.
probably Strawberry Milk and Cookies like that. That one was just ridiculous. It's just kind of, I don't know. I smoked like old school cookies like I said early 2000s in California, so I already knew like what all that shit's about. And then seeing an auto that kind of does the same thing, but it's got like a more unique. It's got some cookies to it, and it has a really Durban expression. There's also like some kind of fucking like cologne back into it. It's kind of weird, but it reminds me a lot of like a Durban heavy cookies expression. Which I really like Durban herbs.
That's awesome. It's really
Also,
cool.
another strain I've never tried.
Really?
Durban Point.
Yeah, because you just don't fucking trust shit nowadays. You hear those fucking big names, and it's just like,
Yeah, dude.
I don't
Especially in
fucking
California.
trust it. So
All these dispensaries are full of fucking shit, dude. They'll sell you
Oh
anything with
yeah.
a fucking in your face. They don't give a fuck. You know, like, you got 65 bucks for the eighth. It is whatever you want me to call it, bro. Like honestly,
Yeah.
they don't
Yeah.
care.
You
If you
can't
didn't
even,
grow it yourself, it's probably full of shit with what name it is.
yeah.
dude. In
That's the same
California,
thing
you
in California too, dude. There's so many clones passed off as bullshit because who the fuck can identify a clone? You can
yeah.
say that's a clone. That's a White Widow clone. That's a fucking. They all look the same, dude.
Well, what's even crazier in California is is like half the time you can't tell if the dispensary is a legal or illegal dispensary anyway.
Oh
They
yeah,
just
definitely.
they just
There's a
they
lot of
just set up.
bullshit.
Yeah, you're just like, wait, that was an illegal one. Oh, bummer.
Dude,
Like,
I went to one
Darn.
literally. I used to go to one that was illegal as fuck, and I didn't know. And it was weird because all the legal ones are all very by the book. Fucking stand on
mm-hmm.
line, do all the bullshit we have to do because it's compliant. And then the one I
Yep.
used to go to, these motherfuckers had like a barn with drum kit and like guitars and shit. And then there's this one guy that used to paint all the time. I don't know I don't know if his job was to paint or if he just lived there. But the guy fucking painted all the time. He just hung out. There's a cat over there and another guy that used to be on a computer. And he used to let you in one at a time. And they had like the best fucking live resin cartridges. And I was like, the only
My,
reason I went down there is because they had fucking the best live resin cartridges. And I found out the cops fucked them like way later. I'm all sad. But it was like
that's
literally a hippie commune that ran their own like illegal dispensary.
that's so funny. There was one I walked into and some dude was taking a dab, and I guess they had a promotion that you got a free dab if you gave them a 5-star review or something. So they were just sitting there giving them dabs by the door, and I was like, yeah, I'm sure this one's not legal, dude.
Yeah, they're definitely not. Especially like you guys got any like fucking sanitation wipes? I'm not trying to dab fucking after this for the fucking in
Seriously,
front of me.
I'll pass, man. No thanks.
Yeah, I'm not that hard up. I got
Yeah,
high before I actually came here.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm good. Oh shit. So what about females, man? Other than vigor and females, what are you looking for?
Usually a lot, especially in autos, early side branching. Early side branching is a big fucking thing I look for as far as vigor and just structure overall. Those early like by day 9, there's some where I see like little tiny baby leaves. Like day 9, I see like side branches. Usually by day 19, day 21, I can tell that, okay, this one's definitely gonna be something special. Like she's gonna explode.
That's really cool.
Usually those
When
side branches are what give it away. The satellite branches especially. I grew a blueberry passion recently, which with passion punch blueberry fleshy from Rockbud, and I have a few seeds of that one I hit with the Stony strawberry pollen, and that one was frosty as fuck, very purple, and the satellite branches actually came up to the top of the plant, almost like it was topped. But like I don't top any of my plants because breeding them, I don't want to see the natural structure. I don't want to stress them or see any kind of mutations or anything. I'm studying them like for how natural they look.
that makes a lot of sense.
I like it.
I got another question from Howling that fits in this too. But when you are thinking of crosses, what's a good autoflower like cross, or what are you looking for as effect wise or grow wise? Like, where do you start?
Um,
What's your kind of ideal?
Kind of more balanced. I definitely prefer more sativa work. I like a lot more sativas.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely kind of lean more towards that. I have a few different things like my buddy at Hummingbird Hills. He sent me over his Coos Peaches pollen, which I use to actually preserve the Trop Whiz F1 from Daz, the original Trop Whiz before he dropped the V2, which is a super rare night owl strain. It's the Wizard's Apprentice, the Demodelica Express, and that one actually came out pretty fucking good in testing too. That's a really nice sativa strain. I'm actually gonna probably work the line down a little more because it's such a rare. Like no one has that Trop Whiz anymore. I think it's gone the list. I mean,
Yeah.
I
Well,
anyone with.
I'm super interested. That's right up my alley, man. I'm all about that narrow leaf stuff, and all
Oh
of
yeah.
this is very exciting for me. I have one of your I have a pack of your one of your Galaxy Brains, Galaxy Brain by I can't remember what it's by.
Oh, that one is fuck, Wasser Bernhoff. You guys know that guy on Instagram?
No.
Mm-mm.
I'm trying to. I think it's. I want to say that's his name. It's pretty. I think it's in German, but he's a breeder as well, and it's fucking dude. That guy has some really cool shit. And that was one of the things he sent me was that Shakina Galaxy Brain cross. I think
Oh
called it
yeah.
Shrek Brain, and I crossed that one with Stony Strawberries. I actually called that one the Reality Bender. So I
Reality
was like, that's
Bender.
the fuck. Yeah, I was like, that's gonna be a killer fucking sativa with strawberry milk and cookies and coal mine daughter on the back end.
Hell yeah, dude. That's amazing. I'm super stoked about it. It's like I've got plans for it too because I'm actually growing Galaxy Brain right now.
Nice. That's a killer plant, dude.
I'm
Anything
really
that's done with that is pretty fucking awesome. That,
yeah. I
like I
picked
said,
up
that
some
that
regs of that
primary
too.
is pretty fucking amazing.
I'm really excited, and like I said, I'm super excited for that project you mentioned. And how many kind of strains do you think of shorter term, and how many do you plan out as you go? Because I'm imagine you planned out millions in your head by now.
Yeah, dude. There's probably like drawings and shit of stuff that I have planned. I've found some where I was like, fuck, yeah, I was gonna do that like a year ago, but it's insane how fucking I don't know. Every drop presents something new. Every time you have something in your stash, you go through, you forget, you see it again. You're like, oh fuck, I meant to use that again. I'm definitely using that one. So there's times where like I'm calling audibles while I'm planting, and I had my blocks in, and I decide, you know what, I am gonna put this in. Fuck it. I decided now I'm just gonna plant this now. it's pretty.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but also I'm thinking ahead while I'm thinking of what I'm gonna get at the mail. But also, I don't know. Like I said, there's so many good things to use. There's so many options. It's really hard to narrow shit down, especially if you have like a large collection. Especially if you're somebody like me that just fucking has been collecting autos for a while. That's kind of why I've been revisiting some of my older stuff that's not available anymore. Because a lot of the stuff is one off, and a lot of people aren't going to see it again. So it's kind of cool to reintroduce it to people that never got a chance to grow it or experience it at all.
Dude, I couldn't even fucking imagine. I can't even choose my next fucking strain, let alone what fucking crosses I'm going to be working on. Fuck. Couldn't even imagine.
especially if
There's
you
quite a bit of work.
especially if you have that breeder's mind, because I imagine every time you try something new or some new cross, you're like, that would work great with this. I wonder if I could achieve this. And it's like, damn, man.
Yeah, exactly. It just never shuts off. Like I said, I went two routes with that: the Walter Sobchak and the Crinkle's Widow. Crinkle's Widow is Great Crinkle to Bobby's Widow, and then the Walter Sobchak is Great Crinkle Walter White to Bobby's Widow, which you think essentially they're kind of the same thing, but that introduction of Walter White into that, kind of makes a little bit of a polyhybrid, and there's a massive difference to it in terps wise and everything. But they're both just frost factories, man. That's one thing I remember. There's like little nuggets of information I picked up on Reddit. I remember that dude Stan from Mephisto was saying that there's a quote that he said on there that somebody quoted him saying, "Anything Great Crinkle touches turns to gold." And I just remember, I'm definitely using Great Crinkle. I want to try it out. That Bobby's Widow cross, that Crinkle's Widow is just like, man, that test drive post I think earlier today got just like massive feedback on it.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
I said, I think just all the way down the like leaf stems are just covered in trikes everywhere.
Oh,
Fuck,
dude.
man.
Johnny's over there daydreaming.
I am.
Yeah, that's a
Got
buddy
it.
of mine,
Have you,
Honey Badger Chris.
This
Well,
Honey
it's really,
question.
he
Badger.
said he largely grows photos, and that auto is louder than his photos. Which I was like, come on,
Dude.
dude, thank you, man.
Honey Badger's he's a good dude, man.
Yeah, dude, he's grown a lot of my stuff too. I've known Oni Badger since I started as well, and yeah, that's the one he's growing. He says he's excited to try that one out.
Hell yeah.
I'd be doing myself a disservice if I didn't ask if you've done any work with Bubblegum Queen.
I haven't myself. I definitely plan to, dude. And I want to. My buddy, Frostfire Seeds, actually. You guys know Frostfire?
I don't.
I don't think so.
He's one of the guys that, like, the only dude that picked up the fucking pack of crinkled cookies regs off of Daz from that, I think it was the lighter drop, the lighter cover drop.
Okay.
And he's been working on it. And one of those crosses he has is crinkled cookies, the Bubblegum Queen, which I was like, fuck, that's a killer one. That one and my buddy Homegrown Twinkie. You guys know Homegrown at all?
I don't know. Sounds
So
familiar.
he's usually in the Dark Horse chat and shit, but he's done Demo Delicate about Bubblegum Queen. He sent me some of those regs, and that one I'm actually really definitely excited to work with. That's gonna
That
be a
sounds
really nice
really
piece.
good. Johnny
Yeah,
Johnny
Demo
can't go
Delicate.
off. Johnny can't talk about how much he likes Bubblegum Queen, so I know he's stoked right now.
Dude, man, it's like smoking a fucking sugar packet. It's fucking unreal how that fucking thing tastes. It was unreal.
Yeah, I've
It
seen
really-
some pretty crazy
fuck.
prices too that are resin from people.
Yeah, get her in some fucking narrow leaf shit, and I'd be fucking real happy.
That would be good medicine for you.
Woo! Goodbye. Everything else I had fucking planned.
That's awesome, man.
Oh
And,
wait, I can't figure out a plan.
Yeah. Where are you gonna get started? Do you have anything that you're working on right now that you're stoked to share, or is everything still
Yeah.
close to the best?
I'm definitely working that sugar cookie line further, and I actually have some crosses I plan on using it with.
Hell yeah.
I plan on hitting with a few different things, but I also plan on doing my first reversal run with it as well, because I have a lot of people that just want stems. They keep hitting me about stems. A lot of people tell me they just don't have a frame to run regs, which I understand. You know, it's a fucking hassle to grow a plant for like almost a month and then realize that you got to pull it and start over.
Yeah.
But I definitely plan on running some stems with it, or making stems out of it. You know.
That'll be cool. You'll at least get. I know Alabrije talks about that. That's what the market wants. You know, you gotta at least supply it sometimes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's in this kind of this day and age, it's just too necessary. It's just something everybody wants. It's too. I don't know. Like I said, the more you can deliver convenience to people, the more they'll definitely pay for it. Because the more they're like, okay, if you can guarantee me a female, fucking, I'd rather that than anything else. I don't care about a male. I'm not trying to make seeds. I don't want seeds.
Yeah, I just it's always nice when you do have regs available, and I think when people start growing more, and then they're like, oh, that's right, I'd like to make my own seeds. I need regs. They're like, thank God there's still regs available.
Yeah, dude, that's kind of what I did too. I was like squirreling away regs for a long time. There's a buddy of mine that runs a seed thing called Ground Up Genes. Have you guys ever heard of that, dude?
No.
Ground Up Genes, fucking that dude. He used to give away his work as freebies, and that's how I got a lot of cool shit. And I still have some that I definitely plan on using. Like, one of the ones I actually made was called Violet Beauregard, and that was his strawberry blue barb, which is strawberry nugget for blue microverse, and I crossed that one with my coal miner's daughter, the pollen that I had. And that one actually came out really cool in testing. That one's really turfy, really, really heavy hitting indica. It's one of the few indicas that I've like really heavy indicas that I've done. But he makes a lot of cool stuff. I have like I think Wizard's Apprentice, Super Orange Haze.
That sounds
Pink
amazing.
Panama Wizard's Apprentice. I think Four-Ass Monkey to Wizard's Apprentice. These are all regs I have from this dude.
Those
Blue
all
Grape.
sound great.
I'll say Blue Microverse, Double Grape. Like, I have a bunch of cool, crazy shit this dude came up with, and like I kept buying seeds from him pretty much just to get the freebies because his freebies are so fucking good. This dude had such rare, cool freebies.
That is so awesome. Those sound like great freaking regs too. and it just
Yeah, dude. And they're
so much
solid, man.
there.
I've grown a few of them out, and I've never had any issues with them. You did a good
Hell
job
yeah,
with them.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I definitely plan on using, like I said, that pink Panama Wizard's Apprentice and that orange, Super Orange Haze Wizard's Apprentice. He calls that one Enchanted Citrus.
Ooh, I like the creativity on it.
Oh, enchanted citrus. That sounds like shit.
It sounds like heaven. It sounds like heaven, you
Well, see,
apple
that's what I
backed
hated the
bitch.
fucking
App.
the strawberry blue name. He said that shit. I was like, well, just call it like blue strawberry. That sounds cooler. What I called it. Because I thought strawberry blue bars. Oh, everything fucking sucks, dude. No, it's a cool fucking plant, but yeah, it's like I didn't like blue barb.
Yeah. You know what though? Who are we to say, right?
Exactly, dude. I like I said, naming them hard as shit. Yeah, I sit there
Oh,
and
I can
fucking
imagine.
artificial equinox is good at naming them, dude. He's got some solid. I think he actually named my Bobby Kennedy. That was a fucking really cool name that he
Oh, that is a
did.
dope one.
Queen's Banner to Bobby's Widow.
I know
And that one's cool.
all of my seeds that you sent me didn't have their names on them. Like they had the cross and everything, but it was before some of the names.
Yeah, because that was the whole thing. I kind of was like started to kind of venture out on my own. I was like, I gotta make names. I can't just keep saying this to this. Using other people's work as to draw attention.
Yeah. Plus, it must just get tired when you're talking about it and you got to say the full fucking thing the whole time.
Oh yeah, dude, oh yeah, strawberry nuggets, purple pheno, the blue microverse, coal miners. I'm like, okay, I gotta make a name.
I gotta fucking name this shit. This is too much.
Yeah,
Ah, man,
Fucking
that's awesome.
mouthful.
So I know you got that huge shout out from Daz. So we'll keep going with that one.
yeah, dude, that was I did not expect it. It actually happened a couple times. The last drop actually got shouted out again. He was talking about something I was doing. Actually, he was talking about sugar cookies again. That's right. He was trying to remember what I used because he was talking about, I think, cookies and cream mix, which is the Tyrone Stomper sprinkle cookies. No, it's the Royal Stomper sprinkle cookies, which is Tyrone Stomper Cosmic Queen. And
Yeah.
then he was trying to remember which one I used. He was like, was it quicksand cookies or was it cookies and cream? But he was trying to remember Cookie Smasher was the one I used. But yeah, I know Daz is like always just fucking, he's go, go, go. And that dude just doesn't fucking sleep ever. He's just working all the time. Yeah, and he's like, man, I was out of brain juice, man. I didn't, I couldn't remember it.
It was cool because I saw the first one too where it was you and Hummingbird Hills both got shout
Yeah,
out.
that was a cool one, dude. Yeah, because I
That was
remember Caesar was saying something to him. He was like, hold on, man, I'm not done. And then, yeah,
yeah.
we got some shout. Like, oh, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, it was really cool to get some recognition on it. Like I said, I never ever thought fucking, let alone Daz or anybody would actually give a shit. Or he'd be like, dude, you got some fucking skills. This is cool. You're doing some good stuff.
Yeah, and it's great because from every interaction we'd have and every conversation too, it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. So I was like, hell yeah, man. And Hummingbird
Like,
Hills too. Like he just seems like a quality dude from every interaction I've had. So
yeah, dude, I put a lot of hours into this shit. And like I said, I work full time, dude. I butcher stuff. I work. I do a lot of stuff. So I'm always go go go. By 8 a.m. I'm at work. By 5:30 I'm at home, and then from there it's on the plants and shucking seeds and sorting and labeling and never fucking stops, man. You get tired of it sometimes. It's like, fuck, it's a lot of fucking work, man, for one dude to do.
oh yeah, and it's impressive. And I hate to tell you, but you can't stop because I'm very excited for your future. So you'll get no
Uh,
sympathy here. I'm
I
just
don't
yeah,
kidding.
dude,
know
I'm
if
in.
I don't know if we touched on it. What's your grow style, man? How do you grow? Are you salts? Are you organic?
All organic, mainly all water until about day 30, and then I'll start introducing. I usually use Roots Organics Chirp Tea. I'll start using some Recharge, and then
So
I think
what's your soil originally? What do you start with originally?
originally I'll start off with Happy Frog and then what do you call it? Strawberry Fields. I found they really really like cocoa, so I'll blend those two. I found out blending them really buffers it and kind of chills it out for the autos. They don't get burnt and they get massive. Like they fucking grow really fast in that shit.
At
Something
what
about they don't root restriction at all. They really like something really loose to grow in.
So you said the first like 3 weeks you're water only, and then you start adding in terp teas and shit.
Yeah, first week or two, I'll use pretty much only distilled water from a, I'll have a hand sprayer and I'll just spray them every morning and every night, until they germ. I'm direct to soil all the time. I don't. That's how I germ. I just throw them in the fucking dirt and I just let them. But I'll just always spray them, and I have a very high germination rate, so I kind of never, if it's not broke, I'll fix it. Just let it go. So I'll just
Right on.
spray them all the time, and then after a couple weeks, I'll start introducing purified water, and then that's when I started introducing the new. Like I said, they're very. They don't really need anything when they're in veg, especially autos. They're so fast. Once they start flowering is when they really start taking in. They really start burning all the nutrients.
Right on.
That's awesome. Also, we forgot to mention, uh, how'd you get your name? We had a question on how you got Stony the Night Owl.
Well, initially, yeah, my name's Tony, but I initially, my little brother used to call me Stony every time I do something stupid. Every time, I'd be high and just do some dumb, he's all fucking Stony. Just some dumb shit that would be all fucking out of it. Like, oh, well, fuck, yeah, fuck that. That's kind of how I got that name. But then Stony the Night Owl was kind of initially, I was just a Night Owl fan. I was kind of documenting my growth. And then after I did that, I started getting more recognition once I decided to start breeding. And then I kept getting people hitting me up thinking I was Daz, which I used to always correct people, not Daz. Like, I would get long fucking paragraphs about using shit or asking me for shit and stuff. And I was like, have to, sorry you wrote all that, but I'm not Daz. And then initially I had to, like, I'm just going to move to a different name because people for some reason think I'm like Daz's alt or something, or I work for that.
That's
So yeah,
funny.
started off as a fan page and then kind of moved into my breeding page, and then that's where I am now with the Reserva Privada Automatica.
Yeah, that's right. I was gonna say next time. Let's say it again so everybody can
Whoa,
remember.
you're gonna have to say that like a million times slower.
Dude, I get tagged as always backwards. It's always fucking Preserva Privada. I'm like, fuck, dude. Reserva. Everything in Spanish is backwards, so yeah, Reserva Privada.
Reserva Privada.
It just means
Not
private
hard.
Reserva
reserve.
Privada.
I thought it'd be cooler, be more fancy like.
Yeah, I think, and it often happens to me. We forget how much exposure we have to Spanish in California. Like,
Yeah, well, I'm
I,
actually half Puerto Rican and half Italian, so I speak a good amount of Spanish.
there you go.
Yeah, I'm not a stranger to it at all.
Yeah, but I don't think that the dude in northern Idaho is gonna understand.
Yeah, exactly. But it's pretty crazy because there's like, because I work at a butcher shop and I get a lot of Spanish people come in, and like a lot of things they buy usually are like cow tongues and cow heads. I guess they make tacos out of it. Very common.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's very good stuff, dude.
Oh,
But
it's
they'll walk in just assuming you speak Spanish. They'll talk to you and they kind of feel you out. And then when I kind of rapid fire, because they don't expect it from me, because I'm very, much more lighter complected. So I
hmm
start talking back and I'm like, oh, well, fuck, you got some good Spanish. All right. Dude knows.
That's when they know they can trust you. They're like, hell yeah.
He's
Oh,
one
yeah.
of us.
Butcher
Oh, yeah,
knows
you
what
get
he's
a lot
doing.
of that, too. Oh, yeah, Spanish is really good. Like, they'll tell you, too. Like, a lot of people appreciate, like, respecting culture and shit, dude. Like, you
Yeah,
come in and talk to them, I can speak back to them. They're like, oh, that's pretty cool. I appreciate that.
Oh
go
yeah, dude.
figure.
I the same
People
shit, man.
like
Everywhere in
respect.
the world they fucking appreciate that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think
But I mean, I couldn't speak every language in the world if I would if I could.
No, but just
Go
nah.
introduce
I just
people
mean
and
the
shit.
attempt. The attempt, man. You show the fucking people some respect. Like you're trying to
Yeah.
fucking you're in their space and you're fucking trying, man. They love that shit. I saw that in Germany and Iraq and fucking Kuwait, everywhere, man. They just fucking they give you respect.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, there's a channel on YouTube I actually watch this dude named Ari. Have you ever seen him? He goes by Shalma, I think.
it
And
sounds
this dude's like
familiar.
a genius. He speaks like a hell of languages, but he just
Yeah,
learns a language in a week and then goes into the community and talks to people and they just trip out on him. They're like, "Fuck, dude,
I've
how long you
seen
been
him for
doing this?" They're like,
sure. Yeah,
"Fucking week."
he learns like ancient tribal languages in a week, and then goes to the one
Yeah,
restaurant that speaks it, and he's like, "What's up?" And they're like, "Holy shit!"
he even speaks like rare dialect of like village Chinese, and they're like, "How the fuck do you know how to speak this? Dude, where are you from? Who are you?"
What the hell? No, he's crazy smart. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
he's fucking intelligent.
That would be a cool superpower. Unfortunately, I'm sure it involves a ton of studying.
Yeah. You got either that or just some fucking natural hardwiring of your brain to just process shit that way.
Yeah, he's definitely got the IQ to do it. He is way smarter than I am because I would start and I'd be like, nah, I don't want to do this. It ain't worth it.
So the Hulk wannabe asked, "Why is brown a color?"
Oh,
Why
that's
is brown?
Yeah.
I don't know. We
I don't.
have weird fans. Uh, and I think we had another one that asked a simple question of just why, and I was like, that's not. Oh no, there's even better. We'll go one ridiculous one because why the fuck not? What was where'd it go? Hold on. Sorry, I'm getting to this bullshit. This is great radio, guys. Thanks for just fucking leaving me hanging here, you fucking.
You're the one fiddle fucking around. I was actually
couldn't-
browsing too. If I'm not lying,
You couldn't.
I was
That's
trying to
random.
fucking browse through it too, because
You're
I
just
remember.
leaving me hanging. I'm like, hey man.
That's how this show goes. Mostly, I'm stoned and can't remember to fucking talk half the goddamn time lately.
It's really helpful when it's a two-person podcast and your co-host goes silent for 90% of it.
We experience time dilation sometimes.
Yeah.
It's a side effect.
It's a side effect of the medication.
I do it all the time when I get ready for work, and I thought I had more time, and I'm like, I didn't realize how much time I burned just being fucking high looking for shit.
Dude,
It's
I
so
do that
ridiculous.
all the fucking time. It's like, holy fuck, I've been
Yeah,
sitting here
right.
for 3 fucking hours? What the fuck?
All right, so I figured it out finally. The question is, if you were on an island, what 3 things would you bring? By
Definitely a
Ojuba.
guitar.
A guitar.
Guitar for sure. A whole fuck ton of fucking regs so I could just repopulate the whole island with weed.
There you go.
And, I don't know what the third one would be. I'd have to say, I don't know, a hot chick or something to repopulate the island as well.
There you go.
Like chick in particular, but yeah.
I would, yeah. See, that's just long-term thinking right there, right?
So,
Yeah,
weed,
absolutely.
music, and pussy. I love it.
Yeah, weed, music, and pussy.
Yeah, I could spend all my days doing that.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Everybody has their hobbies, right? Who are we to judge?
Who are we to-
Some people might
I'd
have
definitely
said,
probably go. I would spend
Yeah.
most of my time out in the field and then getting yelled at by the girl that I spend more time with the plants than her. That's usually how it happens.
yeah, exactly. I was going to say, we can't judge because, some people might have said like food, water, a lighter. But no, man, a woman in rag seeds, I dig.
Well, I was assuming there would
Yeah,
be
I'm
life
just fucking
forms on
with
the
you.
island to eat or vegetation.
I'm fucking with you. No, you had a better answer. Nobody wants the bullshit like way off the island. What
I'll
would you
take a
bring?
book, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. You can light it on fire, dickhead.
Yeah. Fuck you, I win. Fuck your riddle. That's how we should respond with from now on, anytime we ask you a question you don't want, just respond with, that was a dumb fucking question. Boom.
Fuck your
That was a cool question. I just got fucking stuck on a third. I would definitely bring a bunch of regs and a guitar and just be bummed that I'm stuck on a fucking island.
Yeah, you
A
just like
flare.
shit.
Had the saddest
With
song
infinite-
only you can hear.
You break all strings
exactly.
immediately.
Can I bring the world's smallest violin also?
Yeah.
That is the guitar.
It's the-
Get a
All
ukulele.
fucking
Like,
torture, yeah. Oh, fuck. Shit.
best we can do
Well-
is a mandolin.
Padre
Yeah.
locks me in the fucking closet if I don't ask every guest 3 questions. First question. What's the first seed you've ever planted, and why was it an apple seed?
It was probably a bag seed.
Ever in
Some
your
shit
life.
that I didn't.
He
Oh, ever in my
means-
life? I don't know.
See it, yeah. So bag
It
seed
probably
is
was
a good
in
choice.
the garden or some shit. You probably did some project where they made us do something.
You probably if you went through California education, you probably planted like some bean seed in like kindergarten or first grade or second grade or some shit.
Well, I remember we did something
It's
about
probably
Snow White.
soybeans, so you could get
apple.
more tofu.
We did do something with apples and seeds. because
Yeah.
of Snow White.
I think we did something for
I did.
Johnny Appleseed with apple seeds and shit, but it wasn't my first seed.
No, I think
I'll say
mine
my
was
first candy
grass.
seed was definitely a fucking bag seed, fucking bullshit. I literally just grew it in my closet in like a skateboard box to see if I could grow weed. I was probably like 17.
Hell
I was like,
yeah.
fucking thought it was a cool shit. And I had these little plants in bed. Like, look, dude, I got weed growing. Under like some shitty subpar light, fucking just trying to like, look, dude, I'm cool.
Hell yeah. Hey man, we all start there. I
I
don't know
was
how
dreaming,
many.
man. I was a dream.
Hell yeah.
I remember
What's
my brothers make fun of me, dude. I used to like sit around the internet and look at strains and dream about growing my own weed. It's like you're a fucking nerd, bro.
Hey man, look at you now.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
Who's
still
laughing?
doing that, but you're also breeding.
Yeah, exactly. I was in a cool format too. I really like autos, man. The project window is like actually really cool. Like inside of 90 days, you can finish a project and keep moving.
That yeah, I really like it for all of that, and especially it's so much variety. It's just fun.
Yeah, especially nowadays. There's been so much photo auto work now. The pool's just full.
Yeah, and hopefully more people release regs and it gets even fuller.
That's what I'm trying to do. I got a lot of rigs out there.
Hell yeah, you do.
fuck yeah, man? What's your favorite pie and why is it apple?
Probably because the cinnamon and the apple.
Oh shit, you
That's just
actually
cool.
like apple pies? That's your favorite?
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Fuck yeah, Johnny, look at
I'll
you. You're coming
I'll
up.
take it. One of.
Victory for
We haven't
Johnny.
had any fucking guests have any fruit or fucking apple in a while, so
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
take
like
it.
key lime and shit.
Key lime was one, but we've got pumpkin pie from Alabrije, except for it wasn't pumpkin pie.
It was
So
like
he's a liar.
butterscotch.
It
Yeah.
was
It
it was a
wasn't
butter.
pumpkin pie. That's not pumpkin pie.
Yeah, he goes, my favorite pie is pumpkin pie that I make with squash. And I was like, so is squash pie or butternut squash pie? Like it's my favorite apple pie that I make with lime. Like what? Whatever.
I make
But
knockoff pumpkins. Knockoff
y-
pumpkins.
yeah, exactly, yeah. I can't believe
Fucking
it's not
dying.
pumpkin. Alabrije is just laughing because he's like these idiots. Anywho, yeah. So that's a win for Johnny.
I'll take it. What's your favorite fruit and why is it apple?
Apple's a good one, dude, but I think mango. I think mango's my favorite because as a little kid, my grandma used to always have those around the house.
Fuck, I
As I
gotta get
remember
me some
growing.
fresh mango, man.
Citrus.
Oh, dude, I'm weird, dude. I eat my mango like an apple. I literally eat the skin and everything. I know people skin their mangoes, which I thought was weird as a kid.
You eat it all.
It was very, very rich in vitamins. It's good for you.
Yeah, probably the best part, isn't it?
It's really good. It's got some kind of like astringent type taste to it, but it's not bad.
Mm.
I mean,
Well,
it's not as bad as raw cranberries.
I don't think I've
Ooh.
ever had a raw cranberry.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the reason they fucking just drown them in sugar. They're awful.
Yeah.
They taste like Windex, dude.
Uh,
uh-huh.
It's fucking gross.
That's a very fucking. That's like dead on how they taste, like bitter
Yeah, they
index. Just ugh.
like, who eats this bullshit? We'll add
Yeah.
10 pounds of sugar and then it'll be good.
You know what'll be good with this fucking thing? Let's make sauce with it. That'll be fucking good.
that reminds me. That reminds me a lot of my grandfather growing up. He would always eat like those fucking fiber brick cereal things, the
Oh,
Wheatie bricks. And he would serve that to us as like kids, and we'd be like, we don't want that shit. And my grandma would be like, no, it's fine. Just put spoonfuls of sugar on it. I was like, well, yeah, sugar milk would be delicious to anybody. Like, it doesn't make the cereal better.
I think I was high one time and I tried to eat grape nuts and I didn't realize that shit's like trying to eat rocks.
Oh, you fucked up your
I thought
mouth.
it was like
Oh,
real.
great. Now I need fucking fillings.
Yeah, I was like, dude, what the fuck are these, dude? I put milk on it and
Yeah.
tried to eat it with their cereal.
Oh,
shit
fuck
killed me.
yeah. I did it one time. One time. I never
I was
fucking
so
touched
I
them
feel
again.
high sitting down, get ready, first fucking spoonful. I'm like, ow, fuck, what the fuck?
Ruin your whole night, dude. See, with my luck, it would shatter a tooth. I'd be like, ah, fuck.
I came super close. I bit down hard. I was expecting just that regular cereal texture. That shit was just
Hmm.
fucking gravel.
That's awesome. Well,
So do you do any gardening other
yeah.
than just cannabis, or just fucking just the cannabis?
Not really. I like a lot of different stuff, but I don't have the patience or know-how or even fucking
The
time.
time.
Like I said, I'm just like I said, all the time goes into just doing that and working all the time, just so I can
Right on.
support that fucking habit of growing and buying seeds.
Word.
We hope you keep it up. I want to thank you so much for joining us. This is
So
your
thanks for
time
having
where
me. Jeff, for
to we'll have to have you back and have you on the circle. But here's your time to shout out your promote whatever the fuck you want, dude.
Well, thank you, dude. Definitely Terp Freaks. I don't know if you guys have seen the thing I've been promoting. It's been a website. They're carrying my seeds and stuff. A
Hell
buddy of
yeah.
mine named Funky Monkey. He's starting to breed now. He's actually grown some of my testers, and he's actually really cool. Really cool dude. And done some really good work at growing my testers.
Say that one more time for the audience, then.
It's Terp Freaks Genetics. So it's terpfreaks.com would be the website, and it's my seeds are up and available on there as well.
Hell yeah. We'll put a link in the description for you,
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, dude.
and they can find you on Instagram under the new name.
Yeah, under Reserva Privada Automatica.
There we go, man.
Definitely
That
want to shout out Az and Ian and all the dudes at Night Owl, all the people that definitely fucking supported me since I used to grow their fucking gear, like before I even started breeding. It's really cool getting, like the recognition and blessing too, doing the work
yeah.
and seeing how far I've come and getting their, appreciation with it too. It's really cool.
Well, you deserve it, man. You're a very good dude, and I'm glad that you're in the community. And I thank you again for the time. And before before we end, I just wanted to say thanks for coming on, and fuck you, Johnny.
Fuck me. Wait a minute. Not fuck me. It's not how this works. Hey, Stony, man, I really do appreciate your time. Thanks for coming on and telling us your story and chatting it up about genetics. But, Padre, you don't get off that easy, man. It's Sunday. Give us that fucking sermon.
Fuck. Okay, I got an easy one this time because I was talking to my upside down friend. He lives in this mystical place called Australia. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. I'm not entirely sure it's real, but we'll find out later. But we were talking about something, and he said something that I'm just gonna basically steal and claim as my own. But he said that I'm just here to pop seeds and smoke trees, man. So let's do that. Don't be a dick. Mind your own business and go with Frog.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks, man.
Peace.